Shit. Oh, did hear random kitchen noises. Do I need a bottle opener for this? Is what I said. Fucking yes, I did need a bottle opener for that. One moment, guys. I swear I'm here. Look at how fancy I am. Oh my God. That's not what I wanted though. I want stream with me, half big with chat. Look at that. Half big. Ooh, and the chats come up. Oh, it's come up. This is excellent news. I'm a little disappointed that Streamlabs is still the bot because there is a new lady in town that is here to help everyone. But I don't think, see, it showed up on the screen, but it didn't show up in the chat. Georgia Peach, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I also found out something so cool, you guys. Look at this. Woo! Do you see how I did that? And everything moved at the same time? That was so great. So, we are indeed making a recipe tonight. I know I don't look like I'm in the kitchen. I'm not in the kitchen, but the reality is that that light is literally going to be the death of me. Let's see if I can move it a little bit away. I can't. I can't. This is how we're doing it, regardless. I have the mushrooms here, and look, this recipe is for mushroom ketchup, okay? And I know you guys love the internet like I do. Look at that chat. Oh no, no. Control Z, undo that, go back into the folder. Just move the folder, baby. There we go. Um, sorry. And yes, isn't that so cute how I said Z? No, Control Z again. Seriously, back into the folder. Um, guys, they are absolutely regular mushrooms. Also a fail on who brought these for me, but they knew who they are and they suck. Cellulite yoga pants, you know that it's completely arbitrary and it's not like you win normally. So we have mushrooms today that we are going to be creating mushroom ketchup. Mushroom ketchup is a throwback to a channel that I have followed on YouTube for a really long time that I really enjoy. And I'm sure that most of you maybe have seen it, maybe not, but it is called the Townsends. I was talking about it earlier. And in fact, I have the recipe up. I also have court to watch, but Mayor, I understand. I hated mushrooms until like a year ago, and now I really like them. So this apparently is a to die for recipe and so simple. The reason I'm doing it in here is because the prep to take myself into the kitchen is actually more than it would be to just do the prep here. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. Well, what we'll do first is I'll go on a little bit of a dive of the Townsend's channel, and I'll explain to you why I love it. And then we will, I'm going to make the first part of the recipe. So I've already spent last night watching a bunch of mushroom ketchup web recipes. And here's the thing, this is not a ketchup. Like, I think this is what we need to realize is that while we are calling this ketchup, it is indeed more of a sauce or a flavor additive. I would even say that this is probably one of the first umami based, like, powders, like the leftovers become a nice powder that you can sprinkle on top of many things. And MSG, which has been created recently, is in fact the umami based flavor profile. I have MSG here. We're not going to use it in this, but I use MSG in all my cooking. Just fucking heads up. And I love doing that because I'll tell you why. Most of my family claims they're allergic to MSG, yet they can eat my cooking just fine. Loads of MSG in it. They can't eat Chinese food fine because they complain about MSG. I don't actually think it's the MSG that's giving people headaches. I'm just being honest because I use MSG in my food all the time. People eat it, they have no issues with it, and they just say it tastes good. Now, of course, we're talking a pinch here. Now, oh, golden curry sauce cubes are a go-to. Courtney, yes. We're like kindred spirits. A hundy pea. Now, the type of mushrooms actually doesn't matter. If you have gone and got good mushrooms where maybe you are an expert, I'm not an expert, so I would never pick a mushroom because I have no clue what the rules are on that. But if you have an expert and you've gone and gotten um, mushrooms, good on you. Don't use these on this. You don't need to use them on this. Save those for something better, okay? What you think is what is more important here is actually the preparation and sort of the method that we're using here. So how this started. So white button mushrooms, totally fine. I clicked on something. White button mushroom, totally fine. Also because somebody's an idiot, I have criminy mushrooms, which will also totally fine. But probably cost more. So for some reason they bought that. So I enjoy cooking and I enjoy like cooking history, if that makes sense. Like, um, Tasting History with Max Miller. I think that's his name. The Townsends, like those channels. I really enjoy watching them. I go on little binges where I'm like, oh, how did they used to make this? Because sometimes I feel a little bit out of my element when I'm like, oh, I don't have XYZ or Z. But uh, why? How would they have dealt with this back in the day? And because I always think to myself, there was a way. There was a way. So, evidently, what used to be the standard was a mushroom sauce that was very similar to Worcestershire Worcestershire sauce. Lee and Perrins, you know what I'm talking about. The orange label on the bottle. And we know that that adds a lot of flavor with very little punch. And that is the type of thing that used to be very popular back in the day. The other thing is preserving foods is something that I got really into for a while. I went on, okay, you guys know Target or Target in the United States. Target rocks in the States, right? Like Canadians love Target. They go to Target when they go across the border. They'll go to Ross Dress for Less. They'll go to Target. A couple other places that are are good. But the reason we go there and the reason we like it is because it is different than anything we get in Canada. The products were good. Target has good buyers, right? Well, Target realized that. They opened up Target across Canada, but they did not put the same products in. So they literally, within 2 years, opened like however many stores. They took over Zellers, which was a Canadian staple. I used to have a Zellers credit card, and Zellers was like, they had a restaurant. It was like I don't know what would be equivalent to, but they had a restaurant, they had a pharmacy, and they had like a department store. So when I was poor and had a credit card from Zellers, which was actually HBC, the Hudson Bay Company, I could go and buy at the time cigarettes, medications, and then go to eat at this dingy little diner in the back of Zellers. But regardless, when Zellers was taken over by Target, Target came in and they did a Canadian thing. They decided, oh, we're going to just do it different. And it sucked. And you can look it up. Target is gone in Canada now. The reason I mention this is because when Target left Canada, they started selling all of their store fixtures. And I went to our local Target, and the Campbell's soup, like soup racks where they have the first in, first out, like it comes out the bottom, but you put them in the top. I bought their racks. I was on a prepping stage at the time, and I was like, "Oh, I need to have something for my first in, first out, my FIFO." You know, I bought that for like $12. I went in there; they were selling everything. I was like, "I'll buy this soup rack." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "I want the soup rack." Yeah, I thought I was gonna have a very big store of items, and I don't. I don't. I've learned I have a life straw and an emergency kit, and that's about it. But anyways, the reason I say that is because Target started, they stopped. I got the rack from them. This is an item that you can make um, and keep in your house and use it sparingly on top of food or like a steak, almost like a ketchup, but it's going to be a much thinner sauce. The hope is that these three, so it's 227 grams, 227 times three. If somebody could do that math for me, 227 times three. And then we'll also have I know, and there's a typo in the heist, I'm aware, but I added more, like I added Big D back. I worked a little bit this afternoon. I did put some stuff in. I put med check, all one word. Okay, 678. Okay, 681. Now you guys are telling me it's different, and that's a problem. Um, okay, Courtney's wrong. That's fine. So 681. So 681 grams. And how much of a pound is 681 grams? That's what I need to know. What I'm going to be doing here is cutting these mushrooms up. These come from a very fancy store, and this fancy store has very cleaned these mushrooms. But one of the key factors in this recipe is actually not adding additional moisture. So mushrooms come with a lot of moisture in them. That's actually one of their great points. So, if these were dirtier, you've gotten dirtier mushrooms than this, and you've had to wash them off. Okay, it's about a pound and a half. So, absolutely not the 4 pounds that I asked for, and I need to make a note of that to talk to Scotty. But basically, these are clean enough at this point. So, what we will do at this point, and in fact, the 18th century recipe calls for no knives and no nothing. You would just tear these apart with your hands. I need to go get another bowl to do that. And there is a little bit of dirt on some of these that I'm going to wipe off. So the key with this, guys, is that if you're going to make this recipe, and I think that it honestly, the reviews that I've read make it sound so worth it. Um, Instead of utilizing water, you're going to get a soft cloth or a paper towel and you're going to wipe off the dirt from these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap over to our court, what I actually have scheduled for court today, while I go and get a few things. Honestly, I don't usually, like, I live in a very cool place and I buy from farmers markets a lot whenever I can. And so sometimes when I buy mushrooms from a farmers market, there is a lot of dirt on them. Like you need to wipe them or wash them. But these are very, very clean, very, very clean so far. And you can see that this is a pound and a half. I mean, maybe I asked for too many. Maybe 4 pounds was too much. Regardless, let me get this. Hold on. We have screen with me small in corner. Screen with me small in corner. And we're going to start with Rangel. While I go and get the rest of my supply. Baster is smart,
How
but
come it
this
is
is that we really
reverb?
don't want to be adding any moisture. The moisture that we are getting from these mushrooms is going to be um, the ketchup. This is the sauce. This is why I'm not even bothering going into the kitchen, because the preparation for these is literally tearing them apart and salting them, and we're going to leave them overnight. It's a bit of a anticlimactic recipe that we're doing. But tomorrow we deal with much more of the meat of it, if you will. I like this judge as well. I believe that this is a drug court, guys. So I will dip off here for a moment and she will start. Honestly, Courtney, I'm down. I think I'll tell you if it's definitely worth it, but to me, it's already worth it. I already started. Also, can we get, I'm going to have to read the recipe, Courtney, because I don't think in the 18th century they have fridge. I'm just going to be real with you. So I bet that it didn't go in the, I bet that it just went into the, like covered into an area. But again, we remember how the past was and how many things used to get done in a different way. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna start court. I'm gonna go get my what else do I need? I'm gonna go get what I need, and we'll go from there. Sally, Jesse, Raphael. First of all, I used to love the Sally Show and Jenny Jones. Ah, so good, so good. Okay, let's let her go. Honestly, there's a woman in here who looks like she either is having a great time or she's having a bad time, and we're gonna determine it very quickly here. So let's see.
Being like that. Somebody, Mr. Deveres, did you hear that? It's kind of like
Yes,
a
I heard that, but okay, I turned it off or turned it down.
Okay.
Okay, that was me.
Okay. Okay, everybody. This is the Phoenix Project. Here's Omar Karam. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, the only one I think there's Benjamin. Your Bazan. Good. Okay, good morning, everybody. Once again, this is my Phoenix Project. We had a great staffing yesterday. Oh my goodness. I had a great staffing yesterday. Except we've got a little issue. Miss Sabrina. Miss Sabrina, where are we?
I'm here.
I know. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. I just got home. Well, I got home like 30 minutes ago. I went to go do a UA.
You went to go do what?
A UA?
Oh, very good.
Yes, I was the first one there.
Excellent. Excellent. What is going on, Miss Sabrina? We're having little issues. What's going on? Tell me.
So, for one, it's summer, and I don't know like what it is about. Well, I mean, I know what it is. The kids are out, so we stay up watching movies, and then in the morning they don't have to leave right away. It's not like we're getting ready for school and all of that. And I oversleep. I don't have an excuse except that I oversleep. And then I went almost 2 weeks without an air conditioner and I couldn't sleep. So then I would sleep past my morning blow and then not wake up till like 9. So
Okay.
I'm trying to make excuses, you know. I just, without the air conditioner, it really put me like, it put me off for the whole month, really, because I couldn't work because I didn't have, you know, the right temperature in the salon. And once I finally got it, the guy came on 4th of July and was able to hook up my air, and it's been a lot better, but it's so hard for me. I know.
If it was the air conditioner, you know, July 2nd was the first time that you did.
I'm sorry. Where is this? Okay, maybe it is very hot where y'all are, but let's think back to the 18th century, like when I'm making this mushroom fucking ketchup. They never had air conditioning, but yet they had to deal with their shit. Like, I don't, I like flows every time of the day, but I don't like excuses. Also, I'm a machine at this. This is so good. Okay, let's keep going. See how Judge Rangel handles this.
Did a 12-hour no blow, 12-hour gap. Then it happened the second. You said you fixed your air conditioner on the 4th. Then there's no more after the 4th.
Yeah, because I mean, the kids are out from school.
Yeah,
But like,
the kids were out from school even way before them.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm not making excuses. I messed up, and I don't want to sound like how I'm not trying to be a victim. I'm not trying to justify what I did. It's it was an honest mistake, Miss Ronhal. Like, I've been doing so good with everything in my life.
Honest mistake. There was, if that's the case, there were 3 mistakes.
I know that.
Mistake is a one-time deal. A one-time deal. This wasn't a mistake. This is a pattern this is a pattern in a behavior, a patterned behavior for a certain period of time.
I
And
mean,
12 hours you can drink.
but I'm not. That's the thing. Like, and there's
You're not. Okay.
I'm not. I mean, I don't even leave my house. I don't even have a life. Like, I stay home and I literally just sit here waiting till my freaking psycho ex-boyfriend gets.
Oh my god, this just got intense. No, we're on Rangel. This lady is crazy. Ugh. We gotta go back here. She does sound like she's acting to get out of trouble. Here's the reality. You can't have it both ways. You can't never go out and be in your house all the time and also not blow at the right time. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So this is an accountability court where they are required to be accountable for their breath, basically. Also, I am chopping up the mushrooms here, and we are getting our mushroom ketchup going. So I'm even slice these up a little bit more in here. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so fucking good. I'm so pumped.
Out of jail so that I can be like, I stay home and I literally just sit here waiting till my freaking psycho ex-boyfriend gets out of jail so that I can be cautious to make sure he doesn't come look for me. I don't even do anything. Like, I literally, I think about my probation 24/7. I'm not, I'm trying everything that I can.
No, you're trying. I know you're trying. I know you're trying. Nobody can say you're not trying. No, Miss Sabrina, I'm not saying you're not trying. I see it. We've seen it. We've seen a major, awesome difference. I see a progress, but people fall off.
And
People
I'm
fall off. And so if you would just tell us, be honest, tell us, you know,
is
you have
like,
been.
I swear to you, and you could even talk to my mother-in-law. She sees what I go through when I wake up late, and I'm like, I wake up late and then it keeps going because my anxiety gets so bad that it's like my body shuts down. I'm like, oh, whatever, like just sleep. And I miss everything. And then I find my phone like with my son. I'm like, Max.
Listen, I have to say something. Listen, lady, I have anxiety diagnosed. Not only that, but I love to sleep through shit. That is one of my main coping mechanisms. I'm a power sleeper, okay? I can literally sleep for like 17 hours. I can show you Fitbit days where it's like, ma'am, are you alive? Are you alive? Because it is concerned about my sleeping. But I'm not missing drug tests. I'm missing YouTube emails, you know? And yes, I do feel very, very thankful that I can sleep when I want to. But I I get a little sense of she's I don't know. She's she's pushing my button.
You know not to take my phone, baby, like while I'm sleeping, you know, and I hate to have to say that it's my kid's fault. So of course I don't say that. You know, I don't miss my blows during the day.
Yeah. It was the 5 a.m. one, but it left a 12-hour gap, 11-hour gap, and I think another 12-hour gap. There were 3 times. See, when you were doing so well, you weren't missing, you weren't doing, then all of a sudden there you are, 12-hour gaps.
yes,
That's
because
why that's why we get on high alert.
No, and I understand that. Trust me, if I was in your guys'
Okay.
place, I would be like, she's messing up. And that's where it messes with me, because I hate to look like that person, especially, I can't go back to jail. I don't want to let my kids down. I let myself down. Like, I have been through so much, and I'm so proud of myself because I have not relapsed. I'm so proud of myself because in the past, I would have looked at this like the end of the world and would be like, screw it, I'm in trouble anyways. But I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I understand. I understand everything you're telling me, but there's something when I see you doing so well, and then, oh my God, 3 times so bad in 12 hours, and in 12 hours you could have a couple of drinks. It causes high alert. I have
I
to,
understand.
in staffing yesterday, we're talking about safe P for you now. So, mm, Sabrina, you got to tell us the truth.
I swear to you, I
Okay,
am 100% honest.
okay, okay. We're talking safety. Safety's on the table now, but
Oh, I swear, I won't miss any
now
blows.
is your time. Okay.
Safe pee is when responsible adults indulge themselves in water sports, Courtney. That's what safe pee is.
Miss Sabrina, now's your time to tell us the truth.
Yes, and I have told you guys the truth. I swear
Oh,
to you.
okay. You've not been drinking.
I promise you, I swear on my children, on everything. I have not been drinking. I have not. I wish
So
you
now's
guys,
the time. Now's the time for you to be honest.
and I am honest. I am an open book to you guys. I am so honest right now. I promise you. I know
Okay.
better than to lie to you, Judge. I know better, and I cannot leave my children. I have done nothing to risk anything because my children are the only thing I have.
Okay.
And
Okay. This was your opportunity to be honest with us. Okay. Because honesty goes a long way. You know that. And I had to be honest with you and tell you that safety was discussed. Safety was discussed for you as a sanction for 3 times. Well, we didn't understand, Miss Sabrina, you know that on July 2nd, you had a 12-hour gap and there was some concern and they had to talk to you about it and they were going to talk to me about it. And then you do it 2 more times
I
after that.
and trust me, I know, and I beat myself up over it. I swear to you, like, it
Okay.
eats away at me because I don't want you guys to think that, because I know it's reliving last year all over again. And
Right. Right. But it's not reliving last year again. Don't even go back there. People have relapses. People progress, do great, great, great. And then they have a little relapse. There's nothing wrong with that other than be honest, confront it, suffer the consequences, and move on and do better. So
yes,
that's why I'm giving you every opportunity. I'm begging you to tell me the truth. I
I'm begging
really
you to
am.
me.
Okay. Okay. You're saying telling me the truth. I can't prove otherwise,
I
right?
you.
Yeah, I can't. We can't prove otherwise. But what about a hair follicle test for you?
I mean, if I can get help with somebody paying for it, I'm more than happy. I did it last time.
No, I know. So now you've got to pay for it. You did it 3 mistakes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will pay. I can
you
get
did
them.
3 mistakes.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
gotta, you gotta pay somehow, Miss
Yes,
Sabrina. We can't.
I will do
Somebody
it.
can't keep bailing you and bailing you and bailing you.
Yes, I will do it. And my dad will pay for it because
Who will pay for it?
my father will pay for it
Okay,
because he supports this.
okay, good, good. I'm glad you have somebody that'll support you and that believes in you. Okay, Miss Maylene Flores is telling me you missed again this.
Now, do we think that's her dad or her daddy? There ain't nothing wrong with having a daddy. Know that. I bet people in the 18th century had daddies too. Probably just called them boss.
This morning.
I did, and I did my UA.
And
you
yesterday
do
you
it?
went in the morning as well, Miss Sabrina?
I know, and it's, I don't know what to say. Like my anxiety, I sat here and I cried to my caseworker. I cried to my therapist. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain
Tell
to
me
you.
tell us the truth. That's
I tell you the truth. Oh my
all we
God.
want is the truth. If you're
And
drinking, Sabrina, we want to help you. So you missed yesterday, you missed today. It's 5 times already, and you know that that's the issue.
I'm not drinking. I'm not doing anything to put my probation, my children, my life, my house, because if anything happens to me, I'm not going to have everything when I get back because I'm still trying to get back on my feet from being in jail.
Sabrina, something is going on with you
I
for you to have 5 missed gaps. 12 hours, Miss Melin?
No, Your Honor, yesterday and today she missed the 5 a.m.
Yeah, but
Oh.
how much is the gap?
10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, Your Honor, 9 hours.
Not yes. She misses a 5 o'clock. She's got a 9-10 hour gap.
Can
Gap.
I,
This is 5 times. Sabrina, you were perfect, perfect, perfect for month
yeah,
after month after month after month after month. So what is going on?
the fact that, you know, I have a life outside of probation and I have to pretend like everything's perfect or else you guys think that I'm drinking. You know, I feel like I can't even have a bad day. I had no air conditioner. I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. My utilities are all way past due because it's constantly trying to catch up. And my anxiety, I have PTSD medication that I take, and I take it and I don't wake up. But my children weren't here Thursday, Friday, Saturday because they had a tournament in Las Cruces. I was alone by myself for the first time in I don't know how long. I take my PTSD medication. What happens? I don't wake up. You know, there's a million things that go on in my head, and I don't even know why I do things. I don't know. I don't think my doctor even knows, but I'm trying and I'm begging you to understand where I'm coming from. That I can't, oh, I don't even have the words for it. I swear to you, I'm not drinking. I will get the money. I will do the hair follicle. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it today. I don't care. I'll do it. Because I'm so strong.
But this is okay. And then this is the other issue. What are we going to do if, let's say that you're telling us the truth. Let's say you're telling us the truth. And it comes out negative. The fact that you have created 10 to 12 hour gaps has to be sanctioned.
Well, everybody else gets work release, so I suggest that I get work release too because I wasn't caught drinking. I don't drink, and I will say that, and I don't plan on drinking after I get off probation because I was a horrible person. You know, I want to help people that were just like me so they don't feel like nobody understands them.
I think you're a little early to be helping people, honey.
It is very hard to keep it all together for myself, for you guys, and most importantly for my kids, because they can't see me upset. And my anxiety has this really messed up way of doing things like this to me, because I get so overwhelmed that I sleep because I just want it to just go away, and then I end up oversleeping. I don't do it on purpose. Trust me, you think
No,
I
but
want to go.
you've been perfectly fine until July 2nd. You were perfectly fine and you still had your PTSD, you still had your children, you still had
Yeah.
your medication, you still had your business, you had all of those stresses still. All of a sudden, July 2nd, you unraveled. What happened?
Oh,
That's our perspective. You've
I
had all the
can
excuses you've just given me. You've had them for months and months and months when you've been successful.
Judge Rangel, you always laid out how it is. So, guys, what I'm adding now to our mushroom, what would you call this? A roulade? What would a chef call this fine chop? I know there's a name for it. Tapenade? Is it a tapenade? Anyways, to this, we are going to add a handful of salt. And that's what it says in the recipe, a handful of salt. It depends on your hand and it depends on how full you make your hand. But we're going to go ahead and add in a handful of Mediterranean sea salt, product of Italy. We are going to go ahead and I think one handful is going to be enough. I'm making mushroom ketchup, which will be delicious. So there's one. No, we need two. I Hundy P already just know we need two because of my chef abilities. My chefness says two. Two, Paisley, two. I mean kitchen, two. Okay, here's the second one. If there's, well, a little less than two. 1.5. Minced. Yes, George, you're probably right. Minced. I can feel them leaching the liquid out already. Our ketchup, if you will. It is going to sweat from the salt, and that is going to create the ketchup that we will be bottling tomorrow. After we drain it, we are going to cook it in an apple cider vinegar and spice mixture. We are going to cook it on the stove for 15 minutes approximately. But yes, it is already sweating out. I love it. I'm so excited. Oh, you guys, this is going to be delicious. I don't know if I can bring this across the border. I should sell this shit. I haven't even made a batch yet, and I'm already like, this is winner. This is a winner. Um, mm. See, my hands smell sort of good. Okay, smuggle it in. I'll smuggle it in. Seriously, it is so okay. I'll get you guys a close-up shot here, where we're at with the diced mushrooms. Absolutely diced. Thank you so much. Minced or diced. Oh, my phone's ringing. Shit.
So
yeah.
what happened
I mean,
July 2nd?
I I don't have a reason. I can't sit here and tell you because there's no reason I didn't. If you want me to be perfectly honest, this is a perfect example. Something that nobody knows. You guys don't know about it, but I lost a baby in April. I was pregnant, and that still didn't push me to drink.
Can I ask whose was it?
It was the same father.
Your ex? It was your ex?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, This is a weird sort of argument here because her shitty ex-boyfriend that she's waiting to get out of jail. That's right. That's what we called him. She called him the shitty ex-boyfriend. Oh my God. Oh, they're getting so wet. Ugh. Mushrooms and pussies. You want them to be wet, baby.
And you didn't drink in April.
Oh, I did. And you know, it was very hard for me, and I didn't talk to anybody about it because, you know, I didn't want to live it. I didn't want to talk about it. It was.
Well, Sashina, all I can hope is that if they are discovering this video, they are looking for a mushroom ketchup video. And they find the ketchup video and they happen to come across their mother at the same time. But I will never label this whatever her name is or even Judge Rangel. It'll be pretty hard for them to come across this. Oh my God. I gotta stop playing with this. Ugh, too much. I'm sure there are other videos of the same, and I'm sure other law tubers, which I barely consider myself one. Oh, I may have oversalted. Um, yeah, shit. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're preserving like the 18th century. Um, anyways, I'm not responsible for everybody else. I'm only responsible for me. All I know is that I'm never going to put her name as the title so that they can find it back this way. That's all I can do. That is literally my ethics review that I've done. I did an ethics review and I said, how can I ethically put these on the internet? This is the ethical way, you know? It will become less salty and I'm boiling it in vinegar. So you're right. You're right. It will become less. Oh my God, though. Look at the fucking moisture that's coming out already. Look at it. Oh, it's so good. And remember, guys, what's gonna happen is we're gonna get this. We're gonna boil it down within the vinegar. We're gonna create the ketchup, and then we're going to take that out, strain it through a cheesecloth, bottle that, and then we are going to dry the mushrooms into a texture that we can actually grind down in my mortar and pestle. Oh, I'm gonna feel like a witch. I'm gonna feel like a witch.
How many months were you?
I was 11 weeks.
Also, fun fact I just learned. Also, Jody, a honeybee. The more you play with it, the wetter it gets. That's what she said. But seriously, what I'm gonna do is go. Oh yes, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up soon. Um, it smells delicious. These aren't even cooked, but they are just smelling delicious. Um, I'm trying to think of what I was just gonna say. Can't remember. Oh, Jody, I added in back Big D. If you check Big D, it should be back up and running again. So give it a shot.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that happened to
And
you.
I
I'm
just,
sorry.
I only bring it up because something like that was so detrimental to my life, and I still didn't drink, Miss Runhell. Like, I am very, 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 very sorry that it looks that way, but I promise you, I promise you, I'll do anything.
But once again, still, Miss Sabrina, that, let me try to say this nicely. Let's say this nicely. Your standard operating procedure, okay, your behavior and your pattern is to defend and deflect. Defend and deflect. So you're in a lot of trouble. 5 times, 10 to 12 hour gaps. And you choose to tell us about this thing, this bad thing that happened to you, this terrible thing that happened to you right now.
Yeah, because I'm desperate for you guys to see. This isn't
That's
something.
a defense mechanism. That's a defend and deflect. Yeah, I did bad, but look at what I went through. Yeah, I did bad, but look at the good. Yeah, I did bad, but look at what I've gone through. Sabrina,
Oh, but I totally get where she's coming from too, because I do a lot of bad shit in my life. And sometimes I think to myself, like, but yesterday I was great. I made mushroom ketchup. I cleaned the house. I sucked your dick. I did all the things I gotta do. And yet we're all still stuck on 2018 when KCC went crazy. I mean, when this lady went crazy.
that is another affirmation to me that you lead a double life.
No, that is
You
not.
didn't tell us.
Then I should.
You're not honest with us. That's another affirmation with you.
Exactly why I didn't want to say to begin with.
So I have to tell you, you telling us that, you disclosing that to us at this moment make matters worse for me. Because you're still using your same addictive defense mechanism, which is defend and defend anytime you're in trouble, number one.
Oh, I'm feeling seen right now. Oh, that's your addictive defense mechanism, KCC. I know. I'm aware. It's it's done me very good so far in my life. I feel bad for her. I'm making mushroom ketchup. She's avoiding her blows. You know, I avoid blows sometimes, but not usually. I'm a good blower.
One. And number two is still leading a double life and you're not honest with us.
I am being so honest. So
Yeah, but you weren't in April. This is July. You weren't in April and you bring it up when you're in a lot of trouble.
no.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just using it as an
ma'am.
example.
You didn't use it as an example. You used it, you wanted us to feel sorry for you so we wouldn't sanction you or to prove
I
the fact that you
don't.
didn't
You
drink.
can sanction me. I'll do you.
One in the chat if that is her original voice. 2 in the chat if she is still a faking it, baby. The judge is not happy about this right now. I am exceptionally happy about the fucking ketchup we're making. I'm making ketchup. It's mushroom ketchup. That's what we're making. Mushroom ketchup. Covered up. Covered up, KCC.
You know that I'll do everything. I don't ever say no.
Well, safety's on the table now.
I swear everything told you is true. I don't know what else to say.
Safety's on the table. We discussed it seriously, I'm telling you. We're going to sit. We're going to discuss everything again, staff it again. And let's see where it goes, Miss Sabrina. Let's see where it goes. Sabrina, this is not good. This is not, you're still leading a double life.
Miss Ronha, I promise you, I don't even have my own life. I'm trying to be perfect for you guys.
We don't want perfect. We want honesty. I don't want perfect. I don't want perfect. Yes, Judge, I screwed up. Yeah, I've been drinking. This has happened. This has happened. This is
Judge, I took 3 shots of vodka, 1 shot of tequila, and an edible today. I've also smoked 2 joints. But I'm making mushroom gravy. Honest?
happened. I've been drinking. Okay,
I
Sabrina. What are you gonna do to fix it and make it better? That's all I want. I don't want perfection. I want honesty.
and I'm being
And for you
honest.
to say that I want perfection is offensive.
It's not
After
true.
all this time that you know me, all I
It's,
want is honesty.
and I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm ketchup.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Anybody
want to humiliate
else?
myself on YouTube. You think I like that? I don't.
Miss Flores, anybody else has any question, Miss Sabrina? Because we're gonna stop this again, because I think, safe P maybe.
No, Your Honor, I'm just a little bit confused because I never knew, nobody knew, not even the caseworker when I spoke to her. That she was
What?
having issues with the medication, that she was oversleeping, but yet she goes to bed late, she doesn't blow a 10. So it's just a lot of confusion, Your Honor. with her.
Well, my life is not. I. I'm not saying anything anymore. I tried to explain to you guys, but it's like it's so frustrating because I've tried so hard, and it doesn't matter what I say. Like, you guys are gonna think I'm trying to play the victim, and I'm not. I take full accountability for everything I do. I just don't want to leave my kids.
I know, Miss Sabrina, but what did you think 5 missed blows of 10 to 12-hour gaps each was gonna lead to after you've sat in jail? I've given you work release. I've given you 30 days straight. Sanctions generally go up, they don't go down.
My sanction went up. It definitely did. And
And it's gonna go up again with 5 missed. What are you thinking?
I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I blow 7 times a day and it's all I freaking think about. So when I go to sleep, my mind just wants to get away from all of it.
6 times a day. You're not the only one. Everybody in my
I
court,
know I'm
and
not
they
the only
manage and they manage to do it. So you're going
Well,
to
I'm
victim.
like
You're
every
going to victim
else.
status now. You're doing victim mode. Everybody in my court does it and they have no problems with it.
Okay.
You're going to victim. I'm not going to let you go to victim. I don't want to hear victim from you.
Okay.
You're not a victim.
I'm not.
Well, you went to victim. I blow 7 times a day, that's victim.
All right.
Wow,
Anybody have any
Judge.
questions of Miss Sabrina before we anybody?
I
Anything?
don't have a question, Your Honor, but I do want to make it clear for Miss Sabrina that the kids should be going to sleep early. They should be going back to school in about 2 weeks and they should stay in a consistent schedule. Because it's very important for the children to sleep there at least.
She's right. This is something I have difficulty with as well, keeping a consistent schedule. I personally don't need a lot of sleep, the same as some other people, and I think that she's probably right. I hate being told this. Go to bed at 10 o'clock. No, I fucking won't. But when you're under a court's order, maybe that's what you need to do. This is a difficult thing for me because I believe that she probably hasn't drank. I think she's just fucked up, to be honest with you. I've done things like that before too, where not getting in touch has caused an issue further than what the issue would have been if I had gotten in touch and said, I did this or I didn't do that. That is ADHD in a nutshell. That is executive functioning disorder. That is an inability to deal with those things. And it's not an excuse. But the reality here is I actually believe her. Weirdly enough, I think that she slept in, she didn't have her phone, and that she doesn't make this a priority. I think that is probably the bigger issue for the judge, but they are convinced that she's drinking. I grew up in a family that was really big into AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and Al-Anon. I'm aware of working the steps. I'm aware of getting calls in the middle of the night from sponsees or sponsors or whatever. Like I'm not ignorant to those facts. Looking at legal stuff. Look at the lady who's here. Lady, look at what I made. Mushroom gravy. I told you about this. So legal stuff is close enough to me that she is going to get to taste the mushroom ketchup. It's not gravy, it's ketchup. Mushroom ketchup. It is going so good so far in legal stuff. I'm so excited. And she's going to get some. She lives on the same island as me. We both live on Vancouver Island, the west coast of British Columbia. And this is seriously a sad case, but I actually don't think that she's been drinking. I think that she has been slacking. And while that's not any better, I don't think she would have reacted the same way about getting her hair strand test done as she would have the way she did. So I do believe that she probably is not drinking. And let's also keep in mind here, we've just spent 28 minutes of this docket with one person. I would like to applaud the judge for that. This is the way that these types of courts need to run. The person that needs the most help gets the most help in that moment, and we go forward from there. Jonathan, East Soup. Jesus, I don't ever go out to East Soup. Oh shit. I left a bunch of pills on the table. Okay, let's keep going.
It's 8 hours straight.
Okay, I totally agree.
And
But
I highly
You
suggest
should
for
be
you
telling that to my ex-husband, not to me, because they come home whenever they please, and I have no say in any
I-
of that. And
I'll
that's
be
what
more
I've
than
dealt
welcome,
with.
Sabrina, to talk to your husband and your mother-in-law, because I know
Yes.
they pick them up and everything. Okay? But I suggest for you to be in bed as well, at least your 8 hours, ma'am, because we're allowing you to blow at 10 and then at 5 a.m. So those are your 8 hours of sleep. And if your anxiety is that bad, ma'am, it's because you're not sleeping well. You're not having a consistent schedule. And I will let your caseworker know as well to check on.
I'm sorry, that's not true, ma'am. You might be a probation officer, parole officer, I don't know what you are, but you can't tell why her anxiety is something. That's speculation at best.
On your medication to see what is going on with the medication as well.
My medication is good. It's just my PTSD medication, and I talked to her about it yesterday. But I mean,
follow up
there's
as well.
yes, sounds good.
So the children should be in bed already asleep no later than 9 p.m. Okay, ma'am, and I'll be doing a visit. And
Yes,
and your children should be in bed already.
if they're home.
I'll make sure they're home, ma'am.
Thank you.
Miss Sabrina, if you needed help with that, why don't you reach out and tell us?
Because
The mom. You're the mom.
I just want peace in my life.
You're the mother.
I understand that.
You're the mother.
They also took care of my kids while I was in jail, and I came out of there not knowing what the heck I was doing anymore. I came out feeling like they took control of the kids, and you know what? Sometimes I just don't want to deal with it because there's so many other things that are going on that I'm like, okay, at least the kids are happy, at least they're okay. But you know what? They come home, I'm hungry, I want this, I want that, and it's 10 o'clock at night. It's I'm trying my best still to be a single mom, and I think I thought I was doing fine. But I have a very hard time asking for help or telling people.
We are island girls. I am not born and raised here, but I am raised here. I was born in Scotland. We all know that now, but have been raised on the island. I'm an island girl. Hi, Georgia Peach girlfriend. Hope you're doing well. I'm making mushroom ketchup, and you guys, the ketchup is creating as we speak. I'm so excited. Also, if you guys haven't subbed to Looking at Legal Stuff yet, please do that. She is a true friend of the channel. Uh, a law tuber extraordinaire. Let's call her that. I know I'm checking it too much. Courtney, I'm taking it away. She's a law tuber extraordinaire, and she is a great friend of mine. We do live close by each other. Please go and subscribe to her. She's just over 15,000 subscribers. So I know the likelihood is that you are subscribed to her already, but if you're not, please go do that. It's important to me that my friends do well. Please do that. I know, Courtney, I gotta stop touching that mushroom ketchup. Let's finish off what Sabrina's gonna say here.
Anything, and it ends up kicking me in the butt later, and I'm working on it. I'm working on everything, all of it, and I just want you guys to see that I'm trying. It sucks because I feel like I can't even talk because I'm gonna say something the wrong way or I'm gonna make somebody upset. So I'm just not gonna talk anymore. I don't know.
Anything else you want to tell us?
No.
Okay. Okay, we're going to staff you again, Miss Sabrina. We'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Mr. Bazan?
Also, guys, as we hit 25 viewers right now on the stream, I want to say thank you to you, but I also want to say please like this video. Also, we recently just hit 2.5 thousand subscribers on the other channel. What a bittersweet victory for me. An absolutely bittersweet victory. I know you were all there for it, and I love that. Elvis, yes, you're number 25. But and I don't look at it in a way of like, oh, I wish this was the path or this was the way. That's not it. I'm just happen to notice, oh shit. We at 2,500 subscribers. You did such a good job. Pat that shit on the back. Looking at legal stuff, you keep me sane, my friend. You keep me sane. We text a lot, and she listened to me cry a lot when I got demonetized. So, forever in her debt, forever and ever.
Mr.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Morning. I'm good. How are you this morning?
Good, miss. Just here. We're about to do some pallets out here for an
Okay,
order we have.
okay. I know you have to get to work. I know. Tell me, everything good? You need anything? You need anything from us?
Go have fun, cellulite yoga pants. No worries, Elvis. Acid trips are fun. Actually, I've never been on an acid trip, I'll tell you the truth. I have never. I'm gonna move the chat though. Isn't this so cool how good I am at the chat and like everything being there now? And Jody, I think that's true. Like, Jody's raised a good point in the chat, guys. Jody said, I gotta say that I get crying and a little out of control if someone accuses me of something I'm not doing. And I think that that's really true. You have to recognize that there are people that have grown up with way less capabilities or abilities than what we have, maybe we're lucky enough to be blessed with. And so like I said, I don't believe that she was drinking. I do believe that she was avoiding by whatever, sleeping, whatever she's doing. I think there was some avoidance in the mix. I don't believe that she was drinking. I just don't. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the vibe that I get. Anyways. Okay, let's continue watching this. We'll finish this off. Those mushrooms are done. That's done for tonight, y'all. This recipe sits overnight, and tomorrow we're going to come back and we are going to cook it off in the apple cider vinegar and the spices that I have available. And we are going to make ourselves a delicious mushroom ketchup that I believe maybe I'll be the person that catches it on. Not the 2.5 million subs channel that did it already, but my channel with under 200 subs.
Mas, did you go to
Yes,
Juarez?
miss.
Did you go
I
and get your teeth done?
I asked Miss Caro last week about if you guys can kind of like just
Oh, I'm just going to say, this is the guy that was going to do the marathon. That's so cute. Mushroom ketchup blasphemy, Elvis? I don't think you'll think that. I might smuggle some into the States. I don't even want to say that. I booked my ticket and I got freaking second, whatever they call it, secondary screening immediately. They're just like, bitch, show up early. We testing you. We checking you.
help me out to see where I can all my options in my license.
Right, okay, okay. If,
Cause it's cause I called Oregon, miss, and Oregon they revoked my license, right? So I had to call the courthouse and I told them that I had already done time served for that situation.
Mhm.
But supposedly I had a fine that I had to pay, so I called again. I got the fine, how much it was. I was gonna pay it, and they told me no matter if I pay the fine, I still gotta wait till 2029 to get a license. So
Mr.
that's where I'm at right now.
Mr. Conyers, is that true? Can you help him with that to clarify that?
I was doing a little research, Your Honor, and I did see that there's a bit of there was a limit when we had talked about a couple of months back,
A
and
limit? What do you mean limit?
as in I'm sorry, not a limit, but like a waiting period.
A
And
dead, so waiting period, so his waiting period is up until 2029?
I'll have to look into that again. I did advise him to contact an attorney out there because he did try to get the license in Texas. I believe, is that true, Mr. Bazan? You tried here in Texas, but they blocked it
Yeah,
because
they
of the
couldn't
going on
proceed
up there.
because of that, right?
Because of Oregon.
Yes, ma'am. And I called them, and I kind of like told them like, well, what am I supposed to do, man? Like, I live in Texas. I gotta go to work. I gotta go take my wife to groceries or whatever. But I told them, there's no buses out here, miss. There's no buses out here in Midland
Yeah.
and
What you're
Odessa.
gonna have to do, Mr. Conyers, help him a little bit and see if that's the law, if that's what he's facing. That
Absolutely, Your Honor.
that waiting period, that sanction is like a sanction, which I think
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not true. It doesn't make sense. But is Portland saying it or is Texas saying it?
No, but everything on Texas cannot proceed because they did that for all states, miss. They revoke when they revoked me, they did that
Yeah, but who
revocation for
revoked you?
all states.
Portland. Who
Yeah,
revoked you? Who revoked you? Portland.
Oregon, Hillsborough.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss.
Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Is there anything you can research to find that out, Mr. Conyers?
I can look into their DMV website with them and see what's going on with it.
Try that. What you're gonna have to do, Mr. Bazan, is if that's the case, if it is up until 2029, you need to go to a lawyer and do an occupational license. Or
Yes, ma'am.
spite of the fact that they're not gonna give you an administrative license, you need to go to a court. It's gonna cost you money to get an occupational license so you can drive up until 2029. So there is a solution to your problem.
Correct.
Let's make sure it's a problem.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Kanye, help with that, and then you can report it next week,
Yes,
okay?
absolutely, Your Honor.
Judge, good morning.
Good morning. What's going on,
Judge.
Mr. Garcia?
So I did look into this matter last time. And so I logged into the Texas Department of Public Safety into the out-of-state offenses and withdrawals. So there's a section called out-of-state convictions. And it reads, the department may suspend or disqualify an individual's Texas driver's license upon notice of conviction for an offense committed in another state that, if the offense was committed in Texas, will be grounds for suspension or disqualification. And so there's and then section B, it says, you may request a hearing up to 20 days after the date of notice of suspension, revocation, and then please allow 120 days for the hearing to be scheduled.
But his license is suspended or revoked or whatever?
So if the offense, if there's an offense that he was convicted of, would be an offense that has grounds for revocation or disqualification for a license in Texas, then yes.
But it wasn't in Texas, it was in
It
Florida.
wasn't in Texas.
Correct. But if that offense outside of state will be an offense in Texas that disqualifies you for a
Okay.
license, then yes.
But he's missed the limit, the deadline on that.
Correct. I'm sure he
He's
can
missed it.
request a hearing. I mean,
Even though he's missed the deadline?
I wouldn't hurt to ask. I mean, they'll probably say no, but they may reopen the case to see if there's something they can do. As you mentioned, he can request an occupational license.
Well, no, he'll have to get a lawyer and pay for that. But
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was just over there, miss, a couple months ago, you know that,
right.
fixing that situation.
Did
And
did they?
go ahead.
Okay. Do you have a letter saying your license in Portland has been suspended or revoked? Do you remember getting a letter like that?
In my wallet, I have the number of como, it's like the number ID, yo creo, que me dieron, that they gave me. And that's when they looked me up in the DMV from Oregon.
Right, from Oregon.
Because I already called, Your Honor, an attorney here in Texas. But in Texas, I'm eligible to get a license. So the attorney told me, I'm not gonna take your money away because this has to go from Oregon. Oregon has to take that away for us to give you a license.
Right.
I cannot give you an occupational license.
No, they can give you an yes, they can give you an
Exactly.
No, yes, they can give you a lawyer can give you an occupational license. This is the precise reason an occupational license was created.
Correct.
Or the situation when it's suspended, revoked, whatever, a judge can give you a license to drive.
Correct, Your Honor.
If somebody tells you you cannot get an occupational license in Texas, they're wrong. You can. You can.
All right,
Okay,
miss.
so Mr. Cañas, do a little bit more research, see what we can find out, but then eventually we'll talk next week, but I think you may have to see a lawyer ultimately. Okay?
Yes, miss, that's fine. There's no problem. It's fine.
Yeah, good, because you're making good money, but and you have to pay.
We're almost there,
Okay.
miss, to get the house. Maybe next month. Yeah. primero.
Beautiful. Well, let's pay for a lawyer for a driver's license first, okay? You need
Yes,
that.
yes, miss.
You need that desperately. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
Mr. Bazan. Go work. Go take care
All
of
right,
those
thank
pals.
you, miss. You guys have a great day.
Thank
Mr.
you, Mr.
Cañas,
Bazan.
anything else? We're good?
Everything's great with Mr. Bazan. He's good with this bit and no problems.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all may be excused. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. You have a great one, sir.
Thank you, you too, Mr.
Bye.
Bazan.
have a great
Okay,
one, bye.
Perez.
Whose drunk brother-in-law is a pain in the ass? $50 an hour in the oil patch? Let's talk about that, Loud Elvis. You know, there are people here that, oh, I'm going to clean these up. These are the mushrooms that dropped on the ground that did not get into the mushroom compote or whatever we're going to talk about. I really hope you can't see up my skirt because I'm not wearing panties. Okay, we're good. Oops, sorry, Sajina. Oh, I'm sorry. It was not your brother-in-law. It was somebody else's brother-in-law. My brother-in-law. I have a brother-in-law. I don't, but I might want to one day. Um, this guy is doing well. I appreciate him and his sort of oomph, oomph, oomph. Speakers are a bad idea. Who here has go ahead and put an F in the chat if you've ever turned on porn when your speaker was connected to somebody else. F in the chat if you have. Shut up, Melanie. You did not see my coochie cooch. You did not see my coochie cooch. But F in the chat. Did you really? Well, then you should pay more for that. God. See? Vicky's done it. Vicky's done it. I love you guys so much. Seriously, so much. I was talking to somebody in my real life today, and they were saying, somebody said, we were watching Spider-Man, and they were like, yeah, I was going to show that daily, Hector, but I'm still not approved, and I'm also not paid yet for that. But we were watching Spider-Man, and they're like, oh, Spider-Man, what's it like to be famous and nobody knows who you are? And I sat there and I was like, oh, that's like being a YouTuber. And then I proceeded to get roasted about, well, that's because I'm not wearing panties, Melanie, because there, if we did do it, we would see it. I proceeded to get roasted. They're like, yeah, but not you. And I was like, oh, I heard. And that's when I checked my profile and I was like, damn, I got 2.5 thousand subscribers. And they're like, yeah, on your channel now. And I was like, no, on my channel now I have under 200 subscribers, but that's fine. People, look at what happens. If somebody was to subscribe right now, what would happen is this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah.
Okay, apparently I hit it like 3 times by pressing that button. Also, remember, I know Sashina, and here's the thing. I'm so thankful to you guys for subscribing to the channel, um to subbing to me. I mean, I started the calendar year with 0 subs, and I ended up thus far with 2,500 on one account and almost 200 on the other account. And I am, thankful to each and every one of you. I can't tell you enough. I mean, it sounds silly or stupid, but when I first used to, like, until about 2 weeks ago when the account got deactivated or demonetized, every morning I would start my day. I would open up my studio and I would check out my views and the comments that I got. And it was very, very motivating for me. It was something that I worked hard towards every single day. And I still do now, but I'm looking at it in a bit of a different light. I'm not as concerned about the subscribers. I know they will come. What I'm more concerned about is making a really good show for you guys. And I know today has not really been a very good show. Although, if you wanted to make mushroom ketchup, today has been a great show. Let's say that. Let's do one last look before I put this in the fridge. I am going to put it in the fridge because we live in the future. Courtney, we live in the fucking future. But we don't need to put it in the fridge. You can see the liquid coming off of it. Oh, look at that liquid. Oh my God, she's so wet. She's so wet. Such a dirty bitch. I'm such a dirty, dirty bitch. And I love it. But seriously, this is gonna create the ketchup that we make tomorrow. And apparently there are some people on the internet who have literally replaced their Worcestershire sauce with this. And I think all of us will end up doing that because this has been so easy. Like, I just stood there and cut this up for like 5 fucking seconds. Oh, so excited. Listen to the wok noise. Let's just listen to the wok noise. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? What's your recipe for homemade Worcestershire sauce? Hector, I want the recipe. I want to compare it to this recipe. You didn't hear that? Okay, here, let me try one more time. Oh! 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 Gross. Oh! I love you guys so much. Seriously. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge. We'll continue watching this. Does this guy have both his ears pierced as well? I have both my ears pierced. None of my nipples. One of my belly buttons.
Oh, yeah.
The wrong button thought it was gonna be
Christina
Axel
Perez,
subscribe.
how are you doing? Miss Perez, are you with us?
Hi.
Hi, Miss Perez, how are you?
All
I feel like I
right.
haven't seen you in forever. How's you're on vacation?
Yeah, you were on vacation,
I
so I
was.
couldn't see you.
Yes, absolutely. 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 It feels like a long time since I've seen you guys. What's up with you? Hi, guys. How are you?
We're going to a cabin.
I know. Isn't that great?
With the lake.
It's a lake.
With
Absolutely.
They're
Absolutely.
excited.
Otis talked about it yesterday in staffing, and of course, that's a yes. That's a
Thank
yes. You guys are leaving Thursday, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I want to leave first thing in the morning.
beautiful. Beautiful. That's going to be so much fun. They even do
Yeah.
some fishing in that lake.
I mean, I know how to fish, but the boys don't. And there's no lakes around here, so
So
I
you're
got
going to
to
teach them.
learn how to fish. Yeah, they get
Isn't
to learn how to fish. They get to learn how to be in like a little rowboat. I want to get a little rowboat. Yeah. And I'm gonna go to the Whitbick Park because they just opened that up. And yeah, they're gonna have fun.
Be great. It's going to be a great time, Miss Bettis. You guys have a great time. I want you to take
Courtney, I had my tongue pierced as well. This is a funny story we've told on stream before. I'm trying to fix this carpet. I know it looks like I'm drunk, but I'm trying to fix this carpet. When I went to get my tongue pierced, I was 19 years old. I was 18 years old. Maybe 19. And I was with this guy who wanted his nipple pierced and this other guy who like got an ear piercing. And I showed up, we went to this, I'm sure you can see it. I have pictures. Anyways, here's what happened. We went to the piercing parlor. And of course they were paying for it. I was not. And the piercer guy took me over to the side and he said, I need to talk to you about something. And I said, okay, no problem. And he said, come on over here. And we went over to the side and he said, listen, are you just doing this because of these guys? Like you want to be cool? And I was like, no, not even close. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm positive. I'm not trying to be cool at all. He's like, you understand that you cannot speak for like 7 days after getting your tongue pierced. And I said, yeah, people have told me to be quiet before. No problem. And so he said, okay. And everybody else went ahead. They got their nipple pierced. They got their whatever pierced. My tongue piercing comes out. I'm sticking out my tongue. They're like, wow, ma'am, you have an exceptionally large tongue. And I'm like, wow, I do. I have a very large tongue. And I can still feel the exact spot. Right there. Right there. And he went ahead and he did the piercing. And the absolute second that the piercing was in, I had my tongue out. I said, I have made a very big mistake. And he said, what? And I said, a mistake! A mistake! And I just never believed that there was something that could keep me from speaking for 7 days, but that was it. And I'll tell you, I loved my tongue piercing. It was the best fidget toy I ever had in my life. Best fidget toy. Never disappeared, never got lost, never had an issue until it broke my fucking front tooth from playing with it. Yeah. Like that. And so now my front tooth has a problem in it. Caused by the tongue piercing, which I had taken out. Yeah, people would complain that I was clicking my tongue ring again as well, but I was like, yes, I fucking am. And it's instead of me being rude. And I even had plastic ends on them. I'll tell you, the tongue piercing I liked. The broken tooth I didn't like. The difficulty speaking I did not like at all. But I do believe that the piercer was being ethical when he like pulled me aside and he was like, hey, listen, lady, are you sure you want to get this tongue piercing? Because I've heard you talking for the last 20 minutes and you're not going to be able to talk for the next fucking 7 days. And I didn't believe him. I truly didn't. I remember we walked out of the place and they were like, oh, my nipples. And I was like, my tongue. And they're like, what? And I was like, my tongue. And when I was younger, I was old. I was over 19. I was 19. But when I was, my dad was a jail guard. And so when I was like 16, I said, I want to get my belly button pierced, Dad. And I can't pull this up and show you because I'm not wearing panties, but I have my belly button pierced. And still to this day, I have my belly button pierced. But he used to tell me, he was like, I'm gonna come into your room when you're sleeping and rip it out while you're sleeping. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. So I waited till I was 18 until I got my belly button pierced. I turned 18. We drove to Edmonton, Alberta. That was a crazy story. If somebody ever wants a funny story, we can talk about the machete story driving to Edmonton, Alberta. And we got there, we stayed in the West Edmonton Mall, which is like one of the biggest malls in the world. And they have a hotel there that has like theme rooms. Oh, I'm thinking about it, like just craziness. Like I got so much shit done in between like 18, 17 and like 19 before I got pregnant. I was like, I'm going to Edmonton. I'm going to get my belly button pierced. And I remember walking into that place and I was like, we doing it. Oh my God. Do I remember how much it cost? I don't. We stayed in a room that had a hot tub in it and a bunk bed, which was so weird. And we also went to I have a picture of me. Okay, we're going to finish watching this episode while I look up the picture.
Lots of pictures.
Oh yeah, and I will send them to.
Pictures, yeah. I want you to start. It just occurred to me when you were talking, we need to keep a little portfolio of pictures and everything you do with your children.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Good. I want to do that. I want to do that. We'll probably need it later. But yeah, yeah. How does it feel to be on vacation, not working for a little bit?
Oh man, Monday after I got off of work, they wanted me to stay later because somebody had quit, and they wanted me to stay later, and I mean, I couldn't. I was just too tired, and I slept for a day, and I'm just now moving around, getting ready to go to get everything for us so we can go on a road trip. I feel good now. I feel energized.
You know, sleep really, and sleep.
Mommy,
is great.
Mitchell's energized? What?
started.
What did he say?
Huh?
What did he
Yeah,
say?
If you're energized, then why
well, then what? Then what? Yeah, so I could get everything ready for our trip.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Do you have fishing rods? Do you have the gear and everything?
I have a lot of it. I just need to get like some stuff, like bait and stuff.
But mom, where
Huh?
are we gonna get fishing rods?
Huh? Oh, I have them, but you don't know where they're at.
Good.
There's
Fishing rods, right?
Oh,
You have the
yeah.
fishing rods?
Yeah, but they're in like my closet, and he doesn't know where they're at.
Good.
Mom,
Tell him. Don't
Yeah,
tell
I
him.
hit them because I don't need y'all messing with my fishing rods.
That's it. That's what I want you to take pictures of the fish you catch, okay? Miss
Yeah,
Beth?
if we catch any, we should. I mean, they stock the lakes with fish. I think we're gonna catch some. So,
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. And I want pictures, okay? I want pictures.
okay.
Miss Flores, talk to me about Miss Perez.
She is doing wonderful, and I was very excited for her vacation.
Thank you.
And I was more excited to tell her that it was approved.
Yeah, thank you. Like I couldn't wait because I wanted to make reservations for the cabin. So I had called Miss Malene. I was like, so did she say yes?
No,
So thank you.
You have been great. You're
Shit, it's like when you're an adult and you're like, shit, did my credit card go through? I'm booking this trip and it's going to be great. And then it goes through and you're like, so excited. No, rich people don't deal with that. They like know their credit card's going to go through, Paisley. That's just the way it works.
attitude, your behavior, everything is great. Is great. You did
Thank you.
this.
Thank you.
You permit all this to happen. Go have a great time. Lots of pics, please.
All right. Yes,
Bye.
yes, ma'am.
Miss Bettis,
Okay.
you sound like a fishing pro. I can't wait to see all your pictures. Have a good time.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Miss Bettis. Have a great time, boys.
Okay. You gonna say bye-bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Mr. Calvetti.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good
How are
morning.
you? Where are you, sir? I don't see your
doing-
video. I don't see your face.
Yeah, my computer's slow a little bit this morning.
Hey,
I'm doing
how are
fine.
you?
How are you?
Mr. Calvetti, I'm good, sir. How's everything with you?
I'm sorry?
How's everything with you?
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Good, good. Mr. Calvetti, did you go to the staffing place or the temporary leasing? How's that going?
She went on ahead and sent me a link with a few places. She said for me to let her know which ones, I guess, piqued my interest. I reached back to her on that, and then I was able to apply at those, but I still haven't heard anything back yet.
Yeah, okay, but you did apply.
Yes.
Good. Are they higher paying jobs than what you're
Not really. They're more like factory style based jobs. I mean, the pay is maybe, $10, $11.
Not much, not much,
No.
not
And
much.
I mean, yeah, jobs like that. I mean, I guess you would have to work your way up or show them,
Well, there it's working now. Could you imagine if my mic wasn't working the whole time? I'd be so pissed off. Afix, I didn't see what you said first. Amsterdam via British pounds. Love it, first of all. Also, do you guys think this guy's hair part is like better than mine? Because I can get a pretty good part going. And I think that I might be able to beat it. Give me one moment. I will go and get a brush. And Beverly, hello.
In order to get a higher pay. I actually did just get a contact from my brother-in-law of I guess it's a family member of his that owns a HVAC company, and he said for me to go on ahead and reach out to him and try to, I guess, gauge more or less the skill set that I have, so he'll know if he can get me in the door or not.
Right, okay, that's good. That's good. Mr. Calvetti, we had a staffing, of course, we always have staffings on Tuesday, and we revisited your issue.
Mhm.
You did tell me that you had enrolled with this leasing, but I didn't realize how far you had gotten. So I'm glad you're pursuing that. I really appreciate it. I do. It
Yes, ma'am.
shows that you respect, what I think is best for you. And maybe it is and maybe it isn't. I'm not gonna say I'm right 1,000 times, okay? I just see and I gauge, and I think it's best that you not work at this other.
I know that me brushing my hair is somebody's kink and that I'm giving it to them for free. So I want you to go ahead and forward this to the person in your life that you think has a kink about people brushing their hair. Um, just keep in mind that this is free. It may be budget OnlyFans, but it's actually free OnlyFans. It's free.
Place that you've been working at for years and years, but we have staffed it, and we think that if that's the place you really, really want to work, the condition is going to be.
Courtney, are you kidding me right now? Ugh! I come a little bit if somebody brushes my hair. Seriously. It is so beautiful. I love it. Oh. Oh, the things I would offer.
3 times a month for a while. 3 times a month UA with 24 hours notice.
Okay.
Okay. So you decide what you think is best for you. You want to go
Okay.
back to work there, then you're going to be facing 3 times, and that's with an ETG, that's about $17 every time you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Or you can continue and pursue these other jobs.
Okay. If anything, I would just in regards to that, I would like to talk to the owners and let them know that, you know what I mean?
It feels so good when somebody's brushing their hair and brushing your hair and they're not trying to hurt you. Like a little tug is great, but like you know what I'm talking about, a mother's tug, that sucks. That's not fun. But like a little tug where it's like, I love you so much and you're so sexy and beautiful and your body is right in front of me and I just like want to brush your hair. That to me is super cool. Also, did I already say anything about Buddy's hats? Because his hats are telling me maybe he has some more money than he claims that he has. Um, okay. We won't say a thing, Sashim. We won't even say a thing. Finger combing the hair is the best. You know, I have very straight hair. You can see this. Like, this is the first brush I've had in like 3 days. And I've not done anything with it. Oh, I know there are people that would pay for this. It's just like finding them and working them. It's like I prefer hanging out with you guys. Hi, Paul. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Your sister-in-law is fucking awesome. Let me tell you that. She's a teacher and she deserves what we give her, except more. We should give her more, and that's what she deserves.
From the moment I get the call, if they're willing to let me go handle it right then and there if I'm at work, or let them know, hey, the following day I'll show up
That's
late or whatever. So
24-hour notice, but you gotta do
yeah,
it. You gotta pay for it. You gotta do it. You gotta pay for it. And I have to tell you one, any issues you have with a UA, a tampering, a invalid reading, any issues, you're out of that job, okay?
yes,
'Cause
ma'am.
then my fears would have been confirmed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. So those are the options you have right now. You make your choice. You let us know. Let us know within a day or two, because then you're going to be put on 3.
Paul, this is Kitchen Court Cases, responding to you from Canada. Mayor brushes his hair with a washcloth, which I don't recommend. You can see that my hair is super long and sensual and sexy. So she's not having too much fun with this.
times a month, and the feds are not going to be able to be included. Because the feds are random. The
Yes, ma'am.
feds are going to add, not the feds. I'm sorry, I keep saying feds. Parole.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
No, you're
sorry.
fine.
The parole people do it random once every 2, 3, 4 months. Okay.
Okay.
Going to be able to use that. You're going to have to do 3 times we ask you every month. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you decide what is beneficial for you, which is economically okay with you, and how much you really, really, really want to work at that your old place. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. And let your probation officer know in a day or 2.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Navarrete, are we good?
We're good, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mr. Cassidy. Have a wonderful day. You need
You too.
anything from us? You need anything
No,
at all?
no, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Mr. Omar Caraveo, how's life with you?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good
How's
morning.
life with you?
Good, enjoying life.
Good. Talk to me. Tell me everything. I know you're working.
Yeah, I had a basketball game yesterday. I'm playing basketball again.
Oh,
The Delta
you
Center.
did.
Yes. Just working in this heat. It's actually
God.
nice today. Yeah, but it's been hot.
27, 28 days of triple digit is just outrageous.
Exactly.
Outrageous. Mr. Caraveo, I didn't even think that, my God, you're out working in this heat. Crazy.
Yeah.
You look great, though. You look fabulous. You look great. I'm glad to still
Thank you.
see that smiling.
Thank you.
You're doing
Going
great.
strong and enjoying my sobriety, doing things right. Keep going forward. I don't want to fall off the wagon. I mean, we started off at this Phoenix, and it reminded me when I was in those shoes, and I'm like, oh, like, I'm glad I'm going forward.
It just dawned on me. Maybe you can reach out somehow to Miss Sabrina. See if you can reach out to Sabrina and talk to her. Who's the Miss Maylene? You're Miss Gandara?
This dress, particularly, welcome, Paul. I put on this dress just for you. This dress actually, he ran back to his room. That's fine. This dress actually made my ex-husband mad because I got so many compliments on it. I was a lot thinner then, but I got so many compliments on this dress that my ex-husband on a cruise said, "You got to take that off. It's too much." And I said, "No, I will not. Why don't you just man up, grow a pair of balls, and handle having a beautiful woman like me on your arm?" He was not able to. I divorced him, and that is the end of that story. No, but seriously, that is literally the end of that story. I am beautiful. I am gorgeous. I am sexy. I would have stayed with him forever if he had loved me and said, "You are fucking sexy as fuck, and I will take you to the end of the earth." But instead, he'd be like, "I can't wear a t-shirt. I can't go swimming because I have to wear a t-shirt." And I'd be like, "Dude, you're with the hottest girl at the fucking pool. You don't need to wear a t-shirt. You need to hang me on your arm and be like, yeah, this my bitch." But he couldn't do that. And that's the way that is. That's okay. He has 3 children now, almost. I gave him 1. And I gave him the rules and he didn't want to follow them, and that's okay. We divorced. That's a fine. I will find a man who wants to take me out and say, "Look at this sexy lady. She's mine." I'll find it. Is it thundering, Georgia? Is it really? Honestly, the ugly is on the inside. Like, I can't tell you when I went to, like, the pool with him and I would be like, "Dude, what do you care? Like, who's looking at you? They're looking at me. And if you love me, then you're in the win because I'm pansexual. I don't care about what somebody looks like. I care about their love for me." But, and we can tell Philip, "Too bad, so sad, Phil. You lost it." But good luck to Dina. That's his new girl.
Is Mr. Candela,
Yes.
you're not Caraveos, right?
Mr. Caraveo got transferred back from intensive probation to regular judge. He's back on my caseload.
Back on your caseload. Okay. Maybe you can
Yeah.
arrange, you guys can arrange a little phone call to Miss Sabrina right now or within a day or 2 days. She needs somebody to talk to.
I have Miss Flores' cell phone because I used to sometimes she used to do house visits for me,
Good.
so
Oh, okay.
I can
Perfect.
reach out to her.
Perfect. 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 Do that, Mr. Caraveo. She might need your help and your guidance.
Oh, Hal is a good one. And what a sign of maturity, Sushina, to wish your ex well. Something I pride myself in every day, that my daughter will never, ever, 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 ever be able to say, "Oh, mom talked shit about dad." No, I didn't. I didn't talk shit about him to her on purpose because he is half of her. It actually took me a long time to realize that when I used to say things like, "Oh my God, when you smile, it looks like your dad." And I actually had to read an article that explained to me, when you say that, you don't realize, but you've divorced her dad. So that means that you don't love him the same anymore. And I had to readjust the way that I interact with my daughter, because even though in my mind it wasn't meant ill will. It was meant as like, "Oh my God, I look at you and I see your father. I see his mannerisms. I see him." That doesn't matter. I've already chosen not to be with him. So it's not fair to expose her to that and say, that was a totally fine thing to say. But in reality, no, that's not okay to say. You need to tell your child how much they are loved for them and not about what they were as part of your ex. Alaskan cruises are my favorite too, Melanie. I worked with Alaskan cruises many times as an operations Shorex manager in Victoria, but I haven't been on an Alaskan cruise yet. That's a goal of mine. But in reality, what I'm saying is, when your child comes to you and they look at you and you see them and you say, "Oh my God, that is your father. That is your mother. That is your insert whatever here." Keep that to yourself. Don't make a mistake that I made. I made the mistake of saying that to my daughter and having to learn after the fact that that actually made her feel shitty. Now I don't say that. But just take my lesson and learn it. And just, make them themselves instead of being a part of who they were. If you're together, that might be okay. But when you've already decided to make a divorce or to separate from that person, you don't realize your child has already figured that out. They've already said, oh, mom doesn't like dad. And then mom says, you're like dad? You have to be so careful with that. That's so important that you recognize that they are their own person and that you value them for their own person. I wish I could go back in time, you know? Wish I could go back in time. Paul says, be yourself! And he doesn't realize I can't hear him. I'm me, Paul. I promise. I'm me.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you for that. Anything else, Ms. Gandara? Aren't you happy to have Mr. Caraveo?
Yes, Your Honor. He's doing so well. And he continues to do well. I'll be seeing him for this month. He'll be coming into my office
Perfect.
next week. And
Beautiful.
the
Beautiful.
device is doing well on the machine as well.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Caraveo. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Ms. Gandara. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Mimbela.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Mimbela. How are you?
Oh, doing great. Great. Good to be back. I miss you guys.
Oh, I missed you guys.
It's been a long time. What, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
It seems like it, doesn't it?
Forever. I was like, all right. When they told me I'm gonna just go 3 times a week to UBH, I was like, all right. So I told them for sure I have to have Wednesdays off.
Good for you. And everything's okay? How was
Oh
it?
yeah.
How
Uh,
was it?
At first, I was quiet, because I'm usually a quiet guy, and it was quiet in there. But we're getting more people now, and we're talking more, and we're discussing, all the issues and hearing other people's stories. It's real good, and plus the food there is good, so that's a plus.
Wow. So it's helpful to you.
Yes, it is.
Good.
And it's good to get out. My schedule's changed big time. Like I've been waking up like early and going to sleep early, and now I have like something to do, so it's good. At first it was a little weird because I was like not used to it, like I
Yeah.
just been used to just being home but now it's good to go out and talk. That's what I realized I missed a lot, like talking to other people. I guess I really like always just been in my shell for a long time already, and I'm realizing I'm speaking more and I'm talking, feeling more comfortable.
The more you share, the more you open up,
Yes.
the more benefit you get.
Yes, I agree.
The more benefit you get. So try to share. Try to share, okay,
Yeah.
as much as you can. Some people don't. I know, I remember Mr. Barlow. Mr. Barlow
Yeah.
never shared for a while, but you don't get the benefit of the experience. You know what I mean? So try to overcome that shyness or that embarrassment, because everybody's, on the same boat there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Good, good. Now we have a little issue, they ask you to do a UA, but then you wait until a day or 2 days later, right?
Oh, I was told to go do a UA. I went to the POs at 4:30 on Friday, and she told me to go there on Saturday. And I just, the timing of the bus and everything. I even have like, I'm pretty fast, and I kind of ran as fast as I can, but I got there like 8 minutes late, and they couldn't take me in anymore. They even had I took a picture, I sent it to my PO and everything. And
You got 8 minutes late to the
RMS.
To RMS.
Yes.
Okay, not the bus. You got to take to the
No,
RMS.
I got off the bus, and I used my 4.4 speed to try to get there as fast as possible, but it wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, let's try to let that not happen.
No, I know.
Okay.
I apologize for that big time. I was even like telling my PO, I'm so sorry and everything.
Okay, my dear, let's just not let that happen.
But by next month, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Next
Tell
month,
me.
my dad, he offered, at first he was offering me $3,000 for his extra car, and then I guess he's been seeing me. I've been going back and forth in the bus and everything, and so I guess he felt a little sorry for me, so he put the price down to $1,000 for a pretty good car too. So I can't wait till next month. I'll be able to have a car. I won't worry
It would work. Oh, there it goes. Bye, Mayor. Please feel better. We love you very much. You're an integral part of our channel, and I need you to feel better. So I want you to go ahead and get sleep. I want you to get rest. I want you to reinvigorate yourself with energy and love. And know that I'm sending it to you from me. I know it's coming in from Canada, so it might be a little cold, but I promise you I'm sending it in. We love you, Mayor. Paul, born in Maryland, thinking that I'm not speaking to you? Paul, ugh, ask me anything to say and I'll say it to you, Paul. I'm a Canadian gal beaming into the United States by the grace of God and YouTube Daddy for a little bit. Seriously, Paul, this is a family. Unfortunately, you don't even realize it, but you've entered the family because Sashina is already part of the family. So you're like related to us already. Pirate radio, William. That's it. Mayor, seriously, please feel better. He says, you should say you want to take your shirt off for him. And you said, no, it's not going to happen. And I said, oh, I should want to take my shirt off for him. Oh, I gotta check and see that my nipples aren't showing before I take my shirt off.
Worry about buses or walking or running places.
That's beautiful.
I can't wait for that.
That's great. Do you see how people help you when you help yourself and you do
Yeah.
good?
Oh,
Good.
yes.
Good. That's good. That's good. That's good of your dad to do that.
Yeah.
And that's good of your dad not to just give you the car. That's good of your dad to make you work for it.
Oh, yes. That's my dad's always been like that. You work
Okay.
for your stuff, and I've
That's
always
it.
worked for my stuff. And
Good.
unfortunately, my vehicles have been lost. And
We double checked because my nipples were showing, Paul. But look, there's my boobs. Now the nipples aren't showing. Such a whore. Ask me to do anything, Paul. Wait till I say no.
but I'm
Good.
gonna
That's a good
get
dad.
back to my
Not to give you everything. That's a
No,
good dad.
yeah, it's not good to. If I ever have kids, I'll be the same way. You gotta work for your living.
Good for you. Good for you. Ms. Chavez?
Hello, Your Honor. No concerns at this time. He completed the UVH outpatient, downgraded to 3 times a week. I'll be meeting with EHN today to make sure his services continue with his caseworker weekly. He has a lot of goals, so I'm excited for him to achieve those goals. He's come a long way.
Beautiful. And the first one is to get $1,000 together to buy a car.
Yes.
I'll work pretty hard for an 8-ball, Elvis. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I did coke one time for like 4 years. Oops.
That's a great one, and that's your one of your priorities, okay?
Oh yeah, priorities.
Good. Mr. Mimbela, you look great. I missed you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you. I miss you too. I really do.
Me too. Take care, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Take care, guys.
Yes. Mr. Jacob Barlow. Mr. Jacob Barlow. How are you
Good.
doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Yourself?
You're doing okay. Good. I'm good.
It might have been 5 years. I think it was 5 years. Also, I don't have any control over the judge flashing you, and I appreciate that. Yeah, might have been 5 years that I tried coke.
I'm okay, sir. So tell me what's happened since the last time we spoke.
I am older.
So am I.
Yeah.
I hope wiser, though. I hope we're older and wiser.
We
Right?
could hope.
What's his birthday, Your Honor?
Oh, when was his birthday?
July the 2nd.
Oh,
It was his birthday. Somebody type in hashtag birthday in the chat. Also, we don't convo shame. We don't kink shame. We don't fuck shame. We don't YouTube shame. We don't shame. And he left the room. I can't say that people won't leave the room sashimo. No, I'm not sleeping on the couch. There are 2 couches in here, another couch I can see, another bed I can see. I'm not sleeping in there. But in order to get me sleeping in a bed tonight, I do need to be off the web within the next 20 minutes. Let's just say that.
Oh, did you do anything? I think you're doing, aren't you turning yourself in?
Courtney, it's not for everybody. I tried it one time. I mean, it was 5 years, but I tried it for once.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I was
No,
gonna ask you.
didn't do I didn't do pretty much
No.
anything except for um take care of my granny. And my family was out of town, and then on Monday we were able to do like little cake and everything, and it was
Good.
nice.
See, that's nice. Okay, you had somewhat of a celebration with Granny.
Yeah.
Good. Good. One day I gotta meet Granny. Right?
You don't do that, less man.
No, I want to.
She's not a very meaty person, like meeting person.
Okay. Okay. Send me a picture. Let me see her. Then
Not a very needy person. What is he talking about? Also, can I blow into this? I've never had Dr. Pepper, guys. Holy shit. If you get me Dr. Pepper to be a sponsor, I'll drink it on camera. But until then, I'm not drinking it on a camera.
I'll tell you. You're doing everything, your school, work, everything, right?
Katie, I'm coming to Texas on Wednesday. I'm going to Houston. If you leave, bitch, that's your fault. My daughter drinks Dr. Pepper, so I have to give some deference to it. Only because I think she's decided that she has decided to take a drink that I don't want. Ginger ale out, Coke out, fizzy water out. But Dr. Pepper, I'm not into it. I'm fleeing for my warrants. Do you know what, William? If my warrants are active, they should catch me at the border when I try and cross.
No, I barely survived one of my classes because I was taking 4 of them. I don't know what possessed me to take why would I take sciences at the end of my degree and
You
during
wanted
the
to save the
summer?
worst for
So
last.
I thought it was gonna be easy. I'm like, oh yeah, but then I remembered how much I hated science.
Yeah. You
So,
said for last.
but so Friday was my last day for.
I hate science too, bud. I fail a lot of science. Let's talk about that. Whoa, throwback to GMM.
Those 4 classes I was taking for the mini semesters, and so I passed all of those. So Monday, I started my last accounting class and my last business class.
Good. After
So
that, you're officially graduated, right?
after that, I'm officially graduated, and I am already registered for 3 of my psychology classes for the fall.
I thought you already graduated though. Why more classes?
Well, it was technically I did the commencement ceremony, but but I didn't. I still had classes to take. They allowed me to do that because I asked them if I could participate in that because I thought my grandma was going to be here, so I wanted her to experience that. But there was miscommunication.
I remember that. I just didn't realize there were so many classes you still had to take. I
Yeah,
thought
I
you
still
were
had
done in the summer and that was it. I didn't realize it would be fall time too.
Oh no, fall is for my degree in psychology.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I have 6 classes for that, and I'll get my associates in psychology as well. So I'm taking 3 classes in the fall, and I'll take 3 classes in the spring, and then
Good.
yeah.
Okay. Good. Ms. Meline, talk to me about Mr. Barlow.
He's doing good, Your Honor. He's been turning himself in on time and getting released.
Good.
Mr. Barlow, I will be requesting a UA before you turn yourself in.
Okay. Today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Barlow. Thank you. You look good, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Anything
soon.
else?
That's it. We'll see ya. Have a
All
great
right.
day. Bye,
All
dear.
right. You guys have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Mr. Calvetti is still here. Mr. Calvetti, thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't want to just sign off like that.
Okay.
I felt like it's rude.
No, Mr. Calvetti, that's okay. When I'm done with you, you can leave.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
busy. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Calvetti. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Oh, great. Like, honestly, Judge, what a lovely thing to say. Hold on, let me just collect my whole. Oh, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Holy shit. Here, let's take up the whole screen here. Control Z. Control Z. Guys, I appreciate all of you. I want you to know that, regardless if you're here because of this channel or if you're here because of the previous channel, I recognize you, I appreciate you, and every comment that you make is read. Every like that you give is accepted, and every all the feedback that you give is given, and I appreciate that more than probably you might know. I am going on a vacation this week. I would call it a vacation, but it's more of a workcation. I will be working the entire time. I am going to be going to Houston this coming Wednesday, and I'll be staying until Sunday. Thank you to a lovely, lovely friend of the channel. I know, great ice. It's so hot there. Like, could I have picked a worse time to go to Houston? No, I couldn't have. That's the answer. No, you could not have, Kitch. Anyways, I want you to know that the lives will be a little bit different as we go through. I'm going to show you when I go on the plane. I'm going to show you all that fun stuff, but it will not be as much court. Although I will be watching court. Paulie wants to find out how to find a date locally. Is he not related to you with a sister, Sashina? Is Paul what is Paul's business? I might go on a date with Paul. I don't know yet. I'm gonna be in Houston next week. If Paul wants to take me on a date, we can try it. We can even videotape it. If he's a brother-in-law, I don't know. He's your hubby's brother. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to Houston next Wednesday. Let's go out for dinner. I mostly joke, but I don't really. You know that I will take you up anybody's offer for dinner. I will take them up on it Wednesday through Sunday in Houston, Texas. I appreciate all of you. I thank you all for sticking with me as I learn all of these new things. Look at that. It says stream ending. But in reality, what it means is I'm going to end this stream soon. Paul, I'm Canadian, which means I already have an amazing passport. All I would want you for is true love. Oh, God. How dangerous. Dangerous! No, but seriously, I am going to Houston as of Wednesday/Thursday of next week. I'm going to be there for a couple days. I'm going to set up a meet and greet for us if anybody wants to come meet me. If not, I will sit by myself and I will deal with that. I will deal with the feelings of nobody showing up. I'll do it on camera, too. It'll be sad. It'll be. Listen, tomorrow is a holiday in British Columbia. It is BC Day. BC Day. So I will be here, but I will be on vacation mode. But I know that Credence and Mikey, my good pals, who have just made 20,000K. Oh, so happy for them. Like, seriously, so happy for them. Very happy. Courtney says, be careful. Don't make eye contact with people. Oh, no. What about the mushroom ketchup? We're going to finish that tomorrow. Melanie, the mushroom ketchup. Hold on. I'm going to the fridge. I'm going to the fridge. I'm at the fridge. I'm coming back. I'm coming back from the fridge. Oh, it is so saucy. Oh my God, you guys. I'm coming back from the fridge. It is so saucy. We are going to have the best mushroom ketchup day tomorrow. Oh my God. Holy shit. I'm into it. I'm so into it. Sashina, don't even ask me that because I will come and stay with you for a month, bitch. Seriously, I love you guys. You get me up in the day. You make me thankful to be who I am. And you give me a lot of oomph to get going through the day. And I want you to know that. It's true. There's no lie about that. I appreciate all of you guys. Oh, I meant to start crying. But I really love you guys so much. And I can't wait until the time that I am successful at a point where I can come and visit all of you. You guys, seriously, you keep me going. And you wake me up in the morning. So I appreciate all of you. And I love you very, very, very much. Oh, I feel silly. But it's true. I love all of you. And every time that I get to look at your comments or your chats or whatever it is, I just realize how lucky I am. So I appreciate all of you. And William, don't worry. If it scares you a little bit, that means it's working. I love you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. We will finish our mushroom ketchup tomorrow. And I love you. Seriously. Mean that. Talk to you soon. These mushrooms look so fucking good, guys. Come back tomorrow. I love you.